Welcome to the Rad Dudecast. I'm Greg Stone, and Anthony's not here today, so
Anthony
neither is Brendan.
Here.
This is the Greg Lonestar Podcast.
Anthony is here. Have we started recording?
Brandon is here too. To the
My name's
welcome.
not Brandon.
Brandon is here for day
My name's
podcast,
not Brandon.
and
No,
it's
have
the
we started
Lone
recording
Star
or not?
Podcast.
It's not the Lone Star Podcast. Can you close that door?
The Lone Star.
Lone Star podcast. Oh,
Oh.
Texas cast.
No,
Yeah.
see,
Let's
just-
do Texas
2 stars
voices all
shining
day.
up.
Let's do Texas voices for the whole podcast.
You can't because it's the Lone Star Podcast, and I'm the Lone Star.
Plus, he already said you're not here.
What? No, I'm here. I'm right here.
Of
I'm
course
talking.
you are. That's what I said
am
in
me.
response to that argument. Now, welcome to episode
I already said welcome.
42. You said welcome to the Lone Star Podcast. That's not our podcast.
Well,
you're right.
you bucks and buckaroos, welcome to the Lone Star podcast.
See me at midnight for the duel.
That's not even. You're not even doing
A
an
gun
accent.
in a box.
A bullet in the chamber.
Now hold on there, partners.
Nah.
Here we
Welcome
go. Here we go.
to episode 42
That's good.
of the
Whole
Rad
podcast.
Dudecast, coming at you live from Giddy Up Gulch, just west of the Arizona-Texas border. I'm Skip Guthrie, here with my abominable co-host, Mr.
Well, my name is Gibby. My name is Gibby Ritchie.
Gibby Ritchie.
That's
Gibby
right, we're
Ritchie.
here with Gibby Ritchie and his partner in crime,
Wailing nurse meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard that right. Partners and partnerettes, the one and only Waylon Nurse Meat.
Whirling nurse meat from South Jersey. Texas.
Yes, Waylon Nurse Meat from South Jersey, Texas. Now, listen up here, cowboys and cowgirls at home. Following us along at home. Do us a little bit of a favor. Go on y'all's iTunes or whatnot on your computer wrangles. Check in there. Just poke into your old keyboard at the Rad Dudecast on that Twitter machine, and you'll be in up to your ears, up to your eyeballs and guzzard gillets.
Yep, I would do say so myself.
I say now, I told Pete.
That's right, Nurse Meat. Now, we got some hot news from down on the saloon. I heard you had a firecracker of a night the other night.
Now I did. Now I saw a crocodile fighting a giant snake down by the river.
Oh, a giant snake down by the river.
Now I told you I saw a giant snake take on a crocodile, and who do you think now won that fight?
The river.
The river goes.
Ooh, boy, hot damn. That's
I
not
would
bad.
reckon to believe the river took that contest.
Well, then you did now lose your pants in your house. You did not lost your pants in your house because that is not how the fight went
Well,
down.
now, hold on there, Nurse Meat.
Throw your bet in there.
Throw my bet in there. If I was a wagering man, which I am, I once lost my wife to a French-Canadian fur trader. I took her back. Then he took her back again. Who cares? Here's what I'd wager to say. I'd wager my last wallop of my whip on that damn there snake took home the victory.
Now. Hang on now.
A surefire and a whip whap. That snake took home that contest.
Now, you can't now take your bet back now. Now, what is your name again there over there? Give me your name so I can
My
tell you
name's
now the
Gilbert.
real.
I forgot my name. I've been damn sure so deep into that moonshine I don't even remember my name. But for your own good, you go ahead and call me Fast Draw Peterson.
Let's draw Peterson. Now, I'll tell you, now the way the fight went down, you think now most betting men's is going to put their monies on the crocodile. But now they're being correct because like you said now, the giant snake took a bite of that crocodile's head.
Snap his neck with a chomp.
Oh, yeah, but then I took on the winner. I took on the victor. That's why I'm wearing these snake here boots. That is.
You be walking down the street like a flappy down the moon.
Oh, you said that right. You said it twice. So nice.
You Go ahead now, Gibby. You say that a third time. You ask me, because that is the truth.
You be talking them spurs round the neighborhood like Jack LaLanne drinking an orange juice.
Nah, Jack O'Lane drink a big old orange juice. I do know that. I do know that.
Dip.
Hey, ain't that the truth? Now, here's the thing. I got another hot news item just came in over the cable.
Over the Pony Express?
I heard tell about 2 nights ago down there south of the north end of the fence out there on the range. Old Gibby Richards himself was spotted running around nakeder than the day he was born.
Ooh, my Willie was out in the wind. How you doing?
Don't ask me how's I doing. Ask the moon how's it's doing. It's got a giant smile after seeing you. Oh, Willie Wanger.
Oh, the moon was a hottie to see my shrimpy dip out there flapping in the breeze.
That was the first day I ever seen the moon take his sunglasses off and say, how you doing?
It was a hot Thursday.
How you
Now,
doing?
listen here, Nurse Meat. You think this story's over? Now, the little birdie that came into my ear told me my source. He said, now, so Gibby's running around just nakeder than the day.
The day is long. Out there, the law don't apply to Gibby that night.
No.
The clothes Jesus Christ put on his back. My little source tells me, next thing he knows, he sees Gibby. Gibby is making relations with a cacti.
I took that damn cacti. I put my Willie down on that cactus ground.
Now, hold on
And
a
I
second
took a
there.
go-go.
Now, hold on a second. You gonna tell me in the shine of the moonlight, you then took your naked body and had a mad sex with a cacti?
Oh, it was all kinds of getting it done. All kinds of getting it done.
Oh,
I whipped my Willie right into that green little spiky bucket.
You had a pringly pee-pee right there.
I had a pringly pee-pee. Don't tell your mama.
Also prickly.
Don't tell your
Don't
mama.
forget
I
prickly.
won't. Now, you know I got to tell my mama everything I do.
Well, you got to tell
you
your
know
mama.
I got to tell my mama.
But don't tell your mama.
But can I not get away with that? I might have to tell her something.
You got to tell her something?
You gotta-
You can't tell her. You got to tell her something.
Well, then you got to tell me what I can tell her. If
You
I
gotta
can't tell her that out there, you got to
tell her you were sucking on a sugar cane till your brain drained. If you got to tell her
that
something.
right?
Well, then that's what I'll tell her. I'll write that down.
Yeah.
Old Nurse Meat sucking on that sugar cane. till
You
his
ever
brain
suck
drained.
on a sugar cane till your brain drained? You feel good.
I ain't got no brain after that last drain. You know all that. I know that. I know nothing about me. That is.
Daddy.
Now, you guys want to get into our first quiz?
Yeah, I reckon.
Quiz, eh? Yeah, go ahead there.
All right, now we're going. Now this is going to be a Southern Comfort kind of quiz.
I'll get the lemonade.
Okay, now to buzz in. You got to
Buzz?
wait. No.
buzz?
You're gonna have a buzz in.
Yeah, you heard me.
You-
Take
This
that cotton ball
boy
out of your
is.
head. I
get
buzz.
this
Don't
boy
buzz yet.
is
Don't buzz yet. Let me
buzzing
explain the
friend.
rules.
Well, buzz, because I know buzz. I got the first answer.
Hang on. Let me explain the rules
Hang on now.
so the people at home can follow along. We just not a Lonestar Quiz, okay? So now we're going to have lots of questions about the stars and the astrologers. You understand what I'm
Ooh,
saying? So when you
yes.
buzz, you got to say your favorite Texan.
Buzz.
Wait till I ask a question. Do you want to just take an answer? I'm going to take away
Buzz.
20 points. Go ahead.
What is the South should have won the Civil War?
That boy buzzing like a bullfrog.
He does buzz. Now, I'm not going to.
Buzz.
Now, here's the thing. That is not the correct answer, but I'm going to give you some points because it's so damn true.
No, it
that's
certainly
what I'm
is.
talking about.
So now this star in the sky is named after a famous carpenter from Minnesota.
Buzz.
Now go ahead there, Moonshine Willie. Fast draw. I can't remember your goddamn name. I got no brain
I
drain.
would
That's
say
okay.
that star named after a carpenter from Minnesota. There's only one possible answer that could be, and that's going to be Wood Hands, Minnesota Ed.
Oh, 2 points.
Oh, Wood Hands. I remember.
2 points for Woodhands. Now you for the
Wood
steal.
Hands and I dated the same girl.
Anthony for the
Back in
steal.
primary school.
Hard to compete.
For
Got
the
wood for hands. Who knows what else is made out of wood?
Hang on, you got to follow my quiz. You got to follow my quiz here. Follow
Yeah,
what I'm doing
I'm
here, all right?
I'm right into the river, man.
For the steal, give me some backstory.
Oh, about
Give
old
me some
Wood Hands.
about Woodhands.
Oh, about old Wood Hands. I met Wood Hands. I met Wood Hands. I'm talking about I'm 8 years old down on the playground. Old Wood Hands. We'll play a game called Death Hopscotch.
Death hopscotch, very fun.
Oh, yeah. So go a hell of a game.
Hell of a game.
Where 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. And if you better get it right, or else you get strangled
Okay.
by the neighborhood tough guy.
All right, you're more explaining the game so much as some backstory on
Well,
wood hands. Give me a little something about. But
getting
I
there.
can't only give you half a point of this, and we have to move it along to the second round.
You can't break a horse by breaking your leg off in him.
True.
You gotta get him going.
All right, question 2. No points awarded, Anthony, as he had just kind of jabbed along, and went nowhere. But I appreciate your respect here. I'm going to ask my second question.
Interrupting.
Sure.
Nurse Meat, if I could say, though, he's right about that horse thing.
He is right about
You
that.
can't break a horse by breaking your leg off in him, so I would give him a point or 2 for that.
You
because
gotta
you're right.
get it
Well,
going.
hell, I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a damn point for that. Then I'll give you a damn
appreciate
point.
it,
I'll
sir,
give you
and I
that.
shall remember that point for the rest of my days.
Fairly done.
Now,
But
that's
you
two
all when
gentlemen
you
playing the game. That's what I like.
when buzzing in, you got to say your favorite Texan.
Okay.
Oh,
Neither
yes.
have done that so far.
Yes,
So that was the
yes.
practice round.
Sure. Oh,
They're all tied up.
yes.
10 points and 10 points.
Scrimmage before the main feast.
Yes.
Now
yes,
this Hollywood starlet was now the first woman I ever then laid down with.
Whoa.
Buzz over to Brennan, your favorite Texan.
Buzz Aldrin.
Yes.
No, that's
Is-
what I say for Buzz.
He is-
Walker.
Texas Walker,
Ranger.
that is a 3-point
Walker.
answer. That is a 3-point answer.
Texas Ranger.
That is a
He'll
3-point
solve
answer.
Any crime, anytime. Give me a dime, get in the payphone, make a call. Get Walker over there, your crime is solved.
3 points. Correctamundo.
Thank
Now,
you.
now, which is now the first? Now, which there's the first star that I ever done laid down with?
I already said.
Who?
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Well, from a technical standpoint, yeah, me and him used to lay down and look at the stars together, but we never had no intercourse.
Oh, you talking intercourse.
I'm talking
Talking pickled in the
intercourse.
stickle.
Oh, Columbo.
Correct, Columbo. Now, Anthony, for the steal, give me some backstory on how I met Columbo.
Oh, there you were. There you were. Oh, a young little slappy.
I was a
young
young little slappy, correct.
Slappy.
Hipping and a scopping and a walking and a walking.
Uh-huh.
Down the street you go. Not a plan in sight.
No
What's
plan.
the plan?
No plan.
Baseball plan. I don't play a baseball
I
game.
find you're again just dragging water.
Sir, the gift of gab is the gift I was given.
That is a very true fact, my
You
friend.
can't, jump in the water. You gotta swim a little bit
Gotcha.
rather than take a nosedive. Would you believe that to be true?
I would believe that to
Well,
be true.
then, if the court will allow it, then
We
I
are not.
shall speak on behalf of everyone in this pageantry.
Oh, I like what Gibby is saying.
The court allows it.
Or the court will allow it, then I will talk my job.
Okay, now.
Talk my job.
But you're talking your jab. You got to give me a little backstory. I'm going to have to move on to round 2.
Gibby,
Well-
if I could comment on your verbal pontificating, I believe what you're trying to tell old Nurse Meat here.
Yes.
You get yourself a nice scrub of grub. You know what I mean? You get yourself
Yes.
a nice steak, baked potato, some beans.
Yes.
You take a little bite of the beans. You take a little bite of the potato. You don't dive right into the steak.
No.
The whole steak.
You gotta address the situation.
Of course, now.
You have to
You know
address
I understand
the
that.
situation. I talk to my steak.
I talk
I
to us,
talk
of
to my
course.
steak for 45 minutes, and I explain my day
you a
to
good
my
cut of
steak
meat.
before
You a good cut of meat.
I take out these old-fashioned chompers and give it a sucker down on it.
Okay. I'm going to have to move on to round 3.
And when
Well,
you
I
say
mean, I'm
old
going to have to
teeth
move
are
on.
You
made
shall.
of wood.
All
These
right.
Gentlemen's teeth are made of wood.
Question 3.
Yes.
Amongst the stars, how far must you travel before you get to the moon?
Buzz, buzz goes the bullfrog.
Favorite Texan?
Favorite Texan? Well, sir, that would have to be the Honorable General Custard. Oh.
Well, that is a fair answer, I say.
R.I.P. if I do say so myself. R.I.P.
A fine man and a tremendous friend.
Great friend to you, man. We are aware of the friendship.
Dessert.
Yes.
Great dessert.
A beautiful dessert. Have you ever been down to Dickie D's?
Of course.
Get their lemon custard?
If you think I haven't traveled to a Newark, New Jersey to have a Dickie D hot
You have
dog,
a Dickie D's, you put
I
it in your
have.
mouth, they do a lemon custard, you let it rattle around in your gums.
surely. Now,
Yes, you do.
how far
Yes.
must you travel to get to the moon?
Well, you're depending on the spaceship.
I don't think that makes any sense.
Well, hold on a second.
All right.
Maybe the sense will be made to you when you get some.
All right.
You get on a streamliner. You got a streamliner. You ever heard of a streamliner?
Sure, it's a fancy boat.
That's a fancy boat. You get on a streamliner, you give it a good push out the bucket, and you go as far as you can.
I hate to say it, but you are dragging water again. I'm going to need a number on this.
Well, put my feet in the mud and see how far I go.
Fair enough. Now, for the steal, Brendan, give us a little backstory about when I had to travel to the moon.
Well, now here's the thing. Let me dig around there. Let me get out my shovel and dig around there in my old memory, my old memory barrel. Now, if I recall, this was years back yonder. I wasn't knee high to a coots patoot, but if it all adds up correctly, you was doing a cattle drive for old Man Granger, and he said, round up the boys. We got to take these down to Big Q's ranch, get them stamped out, studded up, and ready to make birch fire, you know. And I said, well, if that ain't the truth, then I don't know what is. Well, then call me Charlie, cut my balls off, and sell me to the Ruskies, is what I told him.
Well,
you say to him, you call Gibby Richards. Gibby comes in and says, Gibby, we going to the moon.
That's right.
Gibby said, the moon, and you said, boy, you better take a pipe cleaner and clean out them big old pontoon umbrellas you call ears, because I said the moon. And Gibby said, the moon, you gone crazy. And
I'm going to need a number pretty soon.
I said I had my astronauty helmet all fixed up. I made myself an astronauty helmet out of cardboard.
At some point, I'm going to need to hear a number.
An old blender cap. We take that on. We got the old red rocket lined up, and you know what that is? When I say red rocket, I'm talking about a dog's
Just
dick.
say 4.
A dog's dick.
A dog's dick.
Yeah,
a dog's dick.
So next thing
Well,
you
you're
know,
pretty much saying every word but a number.
Next thing you know, the dog's all hot and bothered. He's aroused. He's looking around like it's springtime at the dog fucking farm, if you know what I mean. And I say to Gibby, we ever gonna get to the moon? Gibby, tell him what you told me then.
I said, I do not know by the Lord's eyes and the mother's stars in those pies. I do not know. I wish I knew. I'd go to the first second I saw this side of the Mississippi
That's
Delta.
a number. I'm going to take 1 first. 1 mile. Perfect. Let's move. That was the lightning round. We're going to the lightning round. Just anybody make a cohesive sentence. Go.
Oh, Gibby,
Losing. Brandon.
Well, let me tell you about the time I took Todd with a Ricky Rock.
That's not a well. Okay, back to Brendan.
Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. A bone, yes, please.
Well, that is almost a song. Brandon takes the lead. I mean, give it. That man over there, right there, down there, take him the lead. Quick draw. Quick draw Peterson takes the lead.
What is a name but a fortune with a couple numbers attached to it?
Well, if that ain't the truest thing you've ever said,
then it might not be.
Yeah,
then
all
it
right.
might not be.
Oh, that's right.
That is the Lone Star.
I suck the skin out of a woman faster than they can eat their own ass.
That's a T-shirt I like to buy.
Yes, sir. And a sweatshirt.
Put me down for a T-shirt in size medium large. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Y'all feeling good? That was a great open up quiz.
Good. Got the Lord in my soul and some stool in my bowl.
Let's just get. Fair enough. We could try to wrap it up, or we could just do the Lone Star Podcast for a full hour. Whatever y'all want to try out.
Well, what was next on the deck?
Next on the deck, of course, last night we had them stupefied Oscarinos. I'm talking about the Academy Awards.
Hang on, we're going to get into the Academy Awards. Hang on one second.
Of course, last night was the 86th Annual Academy Awards.
Well, the Academy.
The glory of the motion picture moving feature industry. And, of course, I know that I tuned in. I know you boys were out on the range. I don't know what was your deal?
Now, I was on the ranch listening to my, I don't know why I was on the ranch trying to understand it, but I didn't watch the Emmys. I did not watch a lot of them. No, sir, not at all.
Nurse me. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. It's not the Emmys. It's
what?
The Oscars.
Who's
Academy Awards.
Emmy?
Emmy, that's old Gibby's ex-wife.
Oh, I always a mix up a Grammy and a Emmy.
Shimmy, the devil in a dress.
Dirtbag if there ever was one.
She was a big bag of bullshit if I ever read one. I'll tell you, I
Yes,
smell her.
she was.
You could smell her from 9 miles away.
You don't even have a Junos.
Juno. Well,
Their noses are shaped differently to accommodate the smells of the world.
I understand it. I will accept it. And as a
Because it's
gonna,
a survival.
don't try to don't just try to get yourself out of it.
I read this in a book I wrote by myself in a damn basement. I would like to, their noses over time. I don't know if y'all two misters are painfully aware.
You're
of
digging
the
a deeper
events
hole.
of the
right,
1950s.
You're going to need all them
The
books to
Jewish
step.
people
Oh,
were tried
Gibby.
to be messed
Gibby.
with by a mustache man. Almost taking off the God's
Gibby, we're going to cut you off now. We're going to cut you off under that moonshine.
Their
Move on with
noses
this,
got bigger
lighthearted Academy Award
because
quiz.
they could smell
Just a lot
the
of
terror.
fun. There's not a lot of ethical. There's not a lot of sort of ethnic cleansing undertones to this Academy Award.
And I
quiz,
don't wish there for to be.
which I think will move right along.
Sure now,
Of course,
sure.
now I'm going to check y'all's two's knowledge on
Just
this factor. Okay.
as
Give it, well,
Love to hear
The
the quiz.
tiger has developed claws that have sharpened throughout its life to become a better predator out there in the jungle. So did the Jewish person develop
Well,
a
yes, there's a
stronger nose
lot
This
of
is not
crazy
smell
talk back.
the fear.
Yeah, I give
It
it.
is backed on no real science, Gibby.
There's no real science.
The
behind what you're saying.
science.
Now, if
Okay, let's move in. Let's move on to the Academy
now we're
Award.
talking best actor. Best actor.
Best actor.
And listen, I know y'all want to pick John Wilkes Booth, but he's not an option.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Now, the nominees: Christian Bale from American Hustle, Bruce Dern from Nebraska, wonderful state,
Yes.
Leonardo DiCaprio from The Wolf of Wall Street, Matthew McConaughey from Dallas Buyers Club, and Chiwetel Ejiofor from 12 Years a Slave. Now, nurse me.
Now-
Who you picking to win?
You mind if I jump in on this one real quick?
No, by
Let me
all
jump
means,
on this,
take
and I
your
tell you.
panel.
Let me tell you real quick what my thing is. Now I tell you, last night I was getting on a halt. What the hell is happening here? You're throwing me
Well,
off,
we
man.
got a monkey in the den.
We got a real monkey in
We
the
got a
den
monkey
here.
in the den.
Mad
Hang on,
Dog,
hang on.
Mad Dog.
We all back. We had a little technical difficulties
Technical
here.
difficulties. Now, so tell me, best actor. Who are you picking?
Now, if I'm going to pick my best actor now, let me tell you, I'll pick the best actor now. Let me tell you what happened to me last night. I said, I'm going to get down. I went on my horse last night. Now, me and my horse went for a ride. Now, as my horse is riding, we had to get into the river. Now, of course, when you're going to get into the river, you don't know how deep the river is.
That's right.
Now, this river was a very deep and a very, very muddy. Now, I'm in the mud, and I'm looking around. All of a sudden, my horse is almost head down. So I said, let me dive down real quick and catch a little catfish. So I'm in there, and I'm wrestling with a catfish, but then I bit off a little too much. I can't chew all that. I can't chew all that with a big-ass catfish. Catfish wrapped his mouth. He wrapped his mouth around my whole head. Now I'm fighting with a catfish at the bottom of the river. I stick my head up out of the river, and old mammy looked at me, and she said, "What's you wearing, a hat? What kind of hat is that?" And I said, "Now, that's no hat. That's a wiggly old catfish on my head." So she said, "Come over here. We'll cook it by the fire." Now I said, I got my head on that thing. I got no jaws of life. I can't rip that thing off. So I just put my head on the fire. And as I put my head on the fire, we cooked the catfish up. As he cooking and grieving, the children are laughing and singing and saying, "We all gonna eat good today, mammy. We all gonna eat good." So I ripped the catfish off and we all ate them.
Nurse me, I will say, and I've known you a long time, and I'll tell you right now, that at every twist and turn in that road, at every time that path had done diverged, you did the only choice you could have made. When you're stuck and your horse is in too deep in a river, what do? You catch a catfish.
You gotta catch
That's
a
known
catfish.
fact. And if you get a catfish on your head that your mammy thinks is a hat, well, then you got only one choice as a man, and that's you cook that catfish on your head and you eat it up. But I will say, You did not provide an answer.
Well, I left out one small factor of this, and that is that my horse's name is Matthew McConaughey. So that's who I always vote on.
Okay, so we got your vote. Mm-hmm. Gibby Richards.
Well, there's old Gibbet. He's down at the pharmacy to teach his little boy about medical prescription drugs.
Here we go.
And that little boy, he got a ton of questions in his little boy brain. And he's looking at the drugs, and he's going, hey, Papa Gibbet. That's what he called me. He go, hey, Papa Gibbet, what's the difference between a Motrin, a Tylenol, a Advil? Some of them got caffeine in them. That they do. Creep right up in your brain like a creepy crawler. Make you stay up for days. Working on a work. So I'm Gibbet, and I'm there. And we down at the pharmacy. And wouldn't you know it, who do I run into down at the pharmacy? My old nemesis.
Ooh.
Grangers.
Grangers showing up again? He's showing his face around
I
here.
won't even say his real name, because he's so delusional and desperate that I call him Grangers.
Which I believe, if I could interject, I think it's Craig.
Well, sir, that's a name you've spoken, but not me.
We all know who that is now in this here
We all
state of
know a
mind.
name not to be spoken of
Craig.
at this terminal junction.
Right.
So,
Craig.
now everybody, stop throwing stones at the man who's sitting in a chair.
But you're talking about Craig.
We know
right?
you're talking about Craig. We know that's your
Sirs,
enemy.
I'll tell you right now, you got a couple boulders in your hands and you're hurling them my way.
Now, apologies a thousand
write
times.
your apologies in a letter and send them by way of a letterhead.
We will, but we all know y'all talking about Craig.
Everybody
So,
here knows
I
we're
swear,
talking about
I
Craig.
said it. Yeah, you mentioned that boy one more time. I'm gonna take out my alligator
Ooh,
skins
Craig?
and rip them up and down you.
You talking about Craig?
I'll warn
he
you
gonna
now.
whip you.
I'm gonna rip them up and down you now, boy.
He gonna whip you.
I'm gonna whip you, boy.
He gonna whip you.
I'm gonna whip you, boy.
Oh,
So I'm down in the pharmacy.
All right,
with my little
on the
boy,
pharmacy. Mhm.
And we down there, and the lady behind the desk, sweet as cherry pie with a face like a cream cake, looked at me and she said, Sir Gibbet. And I said, ma'am, no need to call me sir. I'm a gentleman like the rest. And she said, it's going to be $4.95 for your meal.
Don't know what a meal came in here. You was at the pharmacy and now you're having a meal. Your brain is as straight as a scoliosis boy who done look in the funny mirror.
Well, now, this is the lesson within the tale. They got fruit snacks.
They got fruit snacks. Sure they do.
Hang on a second. Old Gibbons got a case of the giggle.
Gibby is
They got
hitting
fruit
them.
snacks down there, high in nutrients, high in conventional value. You put them in your mouth, jostle them around a little bit, and throw them down your gullet just like a pelican would his supper. And that's, well, hold on one second now. If I can make my point about the Judas
Well,
noses
that's-
again,
well, see,
I'd
that's
like
where
to.
I'm-
Well, we were afraid it would go there.
I'm afraid you can't forgive me. And
Yes.
far be it from me to interrupt a fine, and I mean,
Very
and
fine.
I do mean a refined orator such as yourself.
Yes,
It's got
sir.
the gift of gab, the golden tongue, presented down upon him by none other than our Lord himself. But I
Jeez.
will say, are you going to mention an actor?
Yes, I would love to. Now, present to me the presenters who have allowed themselves to vocationally speak to the audience in a room.
Right.
So none of that was really going anywhere, was it?
Yeah, so,
So that was all just a swimming into the ocean.
Sometimes you gotta swim in the water to die in a lake.
nurse me,
No,
you me both, brother.
not at all.
Now, Christian Bale.
Listen up, Gibby, listen up.
I read that in a book.
You never read a book in your life. So
No,
that's plain old
that is
slapping
debatable.
fiction. Now, Christian Bale
Christian, he's a Christian man.
from the movie American
And I
Hustle.
bale a hay for
Bruce
you.
Dern from Nebraska Wonderful State.
I don't like his name.
Leonardo DiCaprio, the Wolf of Wall Street. Matthew McConaughey from Dallas Buyers
I'll
Club.
defer-
Chiwetel Ejiofor
Just pick a
from 12 Years a
goddamn
Slave.
name.
Well, now those are names that you've presented to
And
me.
Nurse Mead is correct. with Matthew McConaughey.
Well, now hold on now.
Now, if I can make
hold
clear
on
to
now.
our
Now
listeners at home,
you jumped off the ledge without a parachute, old Gibby. Now, didn't you?
Well, luckily for me, the ledge was a low one, and my friend, the ledge
Well,
you're
that's
on
all
right
right.
now is higher than a kite in Texas. Now, don't put a key on that kite; you'll get struck by lightning if you catch my meaning.
Benjamin
Now,
Franklin.
Make it clear to the viewers at home when I say Matthew McConaughey, I mean the actor and not the horse, but the points will still go. To old nurse meat. Now, category 2, best actress. Now, as I'm made to believe, and I looked this up, an actress is, in fact, when a lady does what an actor does.
Yes.
So that's an actress. Now, the nominees are Amy Adams, again, from American
Try to
Hustle.
remember these, Gibby.
Yeah,
Gibby?
Gibby, try and lock your brain into
I'll
this.
tell old Gibby to
No, you
put
are
one of
Gibby.
these in his safe, and
Well,
I'll
that's-
put it in the
you know,
bank.
he goes down there to the railroad with the Chinese gentleman and gets into that opium.
They got
You know what I mean?
they
Get a lot of
they got loose wheels and giant teeth.
Yeah, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah,
what
it's
he's
all
doing.
accepted here on the Lone Star
His
Podcast.
brain gets loose, rattling around like a broken wagon wheel.
The Lone Cast is
That's
all
Now
right.
try and lock these down.
Yes, lock at least one of these in.
and loaded.
Best
Put them in the
actress,
crib.
again, that is a lady actor.
Lady actor.
The nominees
Like
are
a
Amy
Bugs Bunny with a
Adams
wig.
from American Hustle, Kate Blanchett from Blue Jasmine,
Yes.
Sandra Bullock from Gravity, Judi Dench from Philomena, and Meryl Streep from August, Osage County.
Now, may I buzz in? Let me buzz in now.
Buzz
I'd love
in
to
like a
buzz in.
bullfrog.
Let me throw you at what I think now. What happened to me last night was I was coming home from class. I was coming home from my adult learning class. I'm an adult and I'm trying to better my brain.
Yep.
So now I forgot. Now as I went on to take my learnings, I done forgot I had a skewer of the finest shrimp burning up in my oven. What does that mean to y'all? That means is I come home to a home that is on fire. My house is on fire, and I said, I gotta get into that house and save my old cat. I got a cat. His name is Jefferson Starship. So how am I gonna get to him? He's burning my home is on fire. I said, I'll do what I said I'll do. I'll wrap myself in old grandma's wet blanket, and I bust through the door like a robot machine trying to save a human life. Now the fires is uncontrollable. I see bodies burning everywhere. But thankfully, they're just pictures of bodies. They're just pictures of friends I knew. They're not my real friends, but that's still a very upsetting thing to look at, to see
Oh, yes,
some
sir.
photographs burning up. I look around for Starship. I said, Starship, where are you, Starship? Come out, kitty. Come out. The building is on fire. But I cannot see and I cannot smell. Now the fires have engulfed my nostrils. I can't smell the cat. I can't smell nothing. I run up to the 3rd floor and I look out the window, and as I see the door behind me burning and as I see my exit, I have no exits. I am dead to rights. I look out the window, and to the highest branch lays Starship on a tree. He has made it out safely. He has made it to that tree. Now I reach to that branch, and as that branch yet breaks, is a little branch yet. So I grab onto it, breaks. I fell down on my spine, and I think I can't feel my feet anymore. So as I reached out to that branch, that reminded me of a Kate Blanchett. So I'm going to say Kate Blanchett, and I cannot feel my legs.
Now, nurse me.
Yeah.
I have to say it. I do. I wish I didn't have to say it, but I gotta say it. I got no choice in the matter. Once again, at every twist laid down in front of you, you did the only action that a man of reasonable learning and courage could undertake. If you go to your adult learning class, what do? You leave a skewer of the finest shrimp cooking in the oven. And that's a known fact. That's a known fact.
Facts
And
is
you
facts.
Come home, yeah, that shrimp sometimes gonna engulf your house in flames. Everybody knows that. You knew it. It wasn't a mistake. You knew it, but that's a risk you take when you're cooking that flame broiled shrimp.
Oh, that is something
Your
I...
mouth is gonna thank you 9 times out of 10. Then you come home and your house is engulfed. And what do? Well, you got to go in there after Jefferson Starship.
Gots
You
to.
got no choice. That's your kitty cat.
That's a kitty cat.
That's your
Yeah.
kitty cat. You go in and do you got pictures of bodies of friends of yours that ain't that good of friends lying around? Of course you do, because you're a gentleman. Now, and then you get to a branch and you say Kate Blanchett. And that's right. Now, now what do you say there, Gibby?
Now old Gibby was walking and a-talking down the trail of snails. Oh, Gibby, he decided to... Gibby got the giggles once more round to Rocket Ballabeel.
The opium has stressed my man's brain to a different level.
The Asian man, he's got big teeth.
His brain is stretched out like a pile of
My
laundry.
brain is like a pile of mustard that somebody stepped on with a boot. And Gibby bought himself, went to the post office, and he said, I would like one train ticket. Where you gonna go, Gibby?
Where you going, Gibby?
Where you gonna go?
Where are you going? You're a good friend of mine.
Hello. He said, where you going, Gibby? On this night, the days where the stars align with the clouds, on the moon, shine, rhyme. Where you gonna go, Gibby? And Gibby, I looked him right in the eye and I said, you know what? You know what?
Thought I was getting an answer there for a second. Oh, we've got a big old snot rocket coming out of your nose now, don't you, Gibby?
I got the boogie woogies coming out of my nose. And the nose is an interesting thing to bring up.
Let's get you a sock or something.
I bought myself, give me one of them rusty busties. Put them up my nose and clean the whistle.
Throw that in the hamper over
I'll
there.
eat this.
No, that is a disgusting booger on my
Nurse
sock.
Give Gibby a sock to use for the snot running down his nose.
A dripping and a dipping, down my mouth it goes. Now, I said to my friend, the postman person, and I said, Gibby would like a train ticket because Gibby is going to the big city. Gibby went to the big city on a railroad car. Now I would like to, at this junction, say another thing. Gibby got on this railroad car, and they had chicken and cheese and everything Chinese.
He'd love to get this man out of Congress and do a filibuster. You know what I mean?
Oh, boy.
He would talk.
Well, tell me you take me down to Washington, D.C., and I'll tell them peckerheads what's what in the butt.
I tell you, I've seen a lot of words before, but I never seen them never connect before like this.
It's like a scatterbrain puzzle through a mountain maze.
And the reason I've been friends
Now
with
for a
Gibby
third thing.
since we were knee-high to a gopher is that he'll take a thing, and I surround myself by people that are the best.
Yeah, of
And
course.
that's it. And that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that from Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
You surround yourself with the best. Now, Gibby Richards, he'd take what a normal man could say in maybe 3 to 5 words, and Gibby Richards says, "Oh, no, Daddy. 3 to 5 words. Not Gibby, not today. I'm going to use 175 words, and then I'm not going to say a thing." And that's why he's the best. Continue with
Wait,
point
can I
three,
let me
sir.
throw this in real quick? I just want to throw in a little something here. Now, they say 1 out of every 1,000,000 times a monkey at a typewriter is going to write some Shakespeare.
Yes.
But 900 million other times, they just saying what Gibby's saying.
Saying boop.
Just saying a bunch of things that don't say nothing, and that's why we
lucky for
love you.
this monkey, this is the time. Now, anyway.
Gibby is the non-Shakespearean monkey.
So I'm on this train, and we're hustling and bustling, a chuga chuga chuga, down the mountain stream. And they got all the accoutrements on this train that you can imagine. Name a name.
Larry.
Philip.
Why not? Because they're all there. So we get to New York City, the big city,
boy, here we go.
bright lights, the big streets, all kinds of bells and whistles, noises and choices. And I get there.
You rhyme like a Dr. Seuss.
Larry on a Lancaster.
New York City, jam-packed with choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta look left, look right. There's a bite. Anyway, so
We like to maybe try to get some kind of answer out
Well, I
of
was
you,
gonna
Gibby.
say,
the answer is coming. Hold your spokes, because here comes an answer coming at you like a fireball in the wind. Ready yourself. I hope you brought a sweater. I am in New York City, and I have never seen in my life, for the life of these two big yellow eyes, I've never seen anything like this in my whole entire southern breathing kiss cam life. I looked dead in the eyes of people biggest noses I've ever
Okay,
seen.
well, all right. Let's hit
All
the
driven
emergency
by
break
the
on this.
drones
Nurse me,
in
Kate
New York
Blanchett
City.
is correct. Kate
Yeah,
Blanchett
And
is correct.
I just want to
Community
also throw in
centers.
there, Gibby, you might want to get those yellow eyes checked out. You might have some kind of jaundice.
Well,
Your
yes, probably.
liver might have failed a few years back, my friend.
My liver may quiver, but an arrow is a sparrow.
Well,
all right.
Gibby, Gibby, could you just go over there and look in that corner for a second? You mind?
What am I looking for?
Just take a look over there, see what's
Man, just take a quick old look over there.
Nurse me. Is it me or seems like Gibby's worse than he's ever been?
Well, he is either worse or better. I don't know, but he's not in the same plane he has been on for 30 years.
No, he's up to some whole new next level. I think I don't know if he's on the opium or what now. What do we do?
Well, what we do is let's get the third question out, and then maybe we'll get into Gibbys' medical problems with a little doctor, maybe with a little...
I met a fella
Oh, boy.
down
Here he's
in
back. He's
Big
back.
Pizza Town, New York City.
Okay.
Last
well, go
name
ahead, give
was
us-
Greenberg. Never heard of it.
Let's do the third
Maybe
question
let's
before
talk
you
about
get into
the
Greenberg.
best Picture. Best film, best moving picture of the year.
Amy Adams.
Now,
That was
the
my answer.
nominees are American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, Her, Nebraska, Philomena, The Wolf of Wall Street, and 12 Years a Slave.
Now, may I buzz in on this one? This is for Best Picture.
Best Picture.
Now, let me tell you a little something that happened to me yesterday, all right? I live now. Where I live now is in a homeless shelter because my house done burned down after the shrimp incident, okay? So now I'm living in a homeless shelter. And if these people, they ain't got nothing to eat. They ain't got nothing to eat, so I said, let me give you a little cooking class. So as I say, I'm going to cook up Nana's favorite ambrosia. It's a many fruits, a many vegetables. Now, this recipe has been passed down for so many thousands of years, I couldn't tell you one. I couldn't tell you any of them. So as I start putting in a little of the ingredients, I see a little, it smells like sulfur. I smell a little sulfur. I see a little smoke. And right before me prepares himself a little Satan himself. Lucifer in the skin shows himself. And he says, you the court. Now he said, look at me. He looked over at me and he said, now, you think that the better ambrosia you did that man made? Now I said, of course it is. He said, now you bet your soul that the better ambrosia that did made. And I said, yeah, I bet it all. I bet it all that the better ambrosia they made. So I said, we gonna do ourselves a little cook-off. Me versus the devil in the best ambrosia making techniques. He's going left with little fruit, little salad. Now I'm going right with little shrimp and a little scallions. We're mixing, we're matching. Now I tell you, now right, I wish at the end of this story it was a sweet one. But it was not. Now I done lost that contest because the devil didn't play it square. He played it left and right the wrong way. Now that I did lose my soul. And that's why I feel like any man who lost his soul. I'm going to go with 12 years of slave.
You go with, all right, Nurse Meat goes with 12
Oh,
years
Rumble
a slave.
Pack.
Now, if I could comment, is a true gentleman, a refined citizen of this world. Nurse Meat, you said to yourself, your house burns down. Your house
love my
has
home.
burned down.
I love my home.
Most people, when their house burns down, they say to themselves, how am I going to get a new house? How am I going to get a new house? I need a new house. What did Nurse Meat say to himself when his house burns down? Nurse Meat says to himself, I'm going to go down to the homeless shelter, and I'm going to teach them homeless men how to make ambrosia. And not just any ambrosia, Nana's ambrosia recipe. I'm talking the best ambrosia. This man has seen tragedy. He's seen his house burn down. He's seen his kitty cat Jefferson Starship fall out of a branch. He's seen a catfish get cooked on his own head. And he's down there and he's teaching him the ambrosia. He's putting shrimp and scallions in his ambrosia. Never been done before. And the demon comes and the demon challenged him to a cook-off like he Bobby Flay. Like he Bobby Flay on Iron Chef. Whoa, Iron Chef Morimoto, you have met your match. And that match is Nurse Meat. And you say, boy, you say that you lost your soul to the demon.
I lost my damn soul to the devil.
I tell you right now, it's clear as God is good and the day is light. You have won.
Hallelujah.
You have
Oh,
won.
Lord, brother.
I Lord, my soul.
Cast out that demon.
I cannot.
You cast
I
him out.
must.
You should take
I'm
that
not that
ambrosia.
matter.
Take your demon
Can't the-
ambrosia, and
No.
I eat your demon ambrosia, and I take that ambrosia, and I rub it all over my face. I rub it on my face, and I've been rubbed in the ambrosia of the Lord.
Jesus can save us all in that.
Jesus.
Praise
So
Jesus.
you say 12 years
I
a
say
slave.
12 years left.
12 years a slave.
Yeah, yeah.
Give it.
Well,
Oh, here
Gibby.
we go.
Well, Gibby, that was a fine sermon. A fine, light the fire under your feet and dance till you drop. That was a fine sermon. Hitting the clouds, ballet on your body. Dance like a dancer, sing like a whisper. That's what I told my mammy last night. Gibby, 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 Gibby. That reminds old Gibby of a sermon that Gibby once said to a congregation of woods people.
Tell us about a congregation of woods people get
Many
it.
masked who will do your every command. Many masked. Gibby, I said, look at you. Look at you. Now look at your friend.
Uh-huh.
Now look at the trees. Now everybody knows we're all one people. Which is why we must. War is imminent.
Whoa, did Gibby, you done brought up the goddamn war between the
Whoa,
woods people?
hold on. That's what they said to me that day. Raise your hand if you got a question. War is imminent. Poverty,
Tell me.
Poverty is happening from the streets of Calcutta to the avenues of Park Avenue. Poverty is here. Death is happening too. And that can happen to you, no matter how good you eat. Doesn't matter. And they looked me, they'll look old Gibby in the eye, and they said, I think you're a sack of shit. And I said, sir, I abbreviate your honesty with a commotion of confession. And I said, when I would like, some of y'all maybe don't believe me, but Jesus himself was a Jewish.
Let me ask you.
And
Well,
then I did. Hang on a
right
second.
there, get
Let
it.
me finish
All right,
my
now you
sermon.
went
And I
back-
did the
you
rest
went
of
back
the
to the
sermon
place you said-
as my friend Greenberg, who I met
No,
in
you
Manhattan
went-
town.
you went
We got to
back-
cut you off here,
Do
Gibby.
my Greenberg
You've been
impression
warned,
for
Gibby.
everybody.
No, you cannot. You've been
Hello,
warned.
everyone.
Gibby.
How are you?
We're going to wrap this up, Gibby.
This spoke to the minds and hearts of the people that had ears and tickers that day.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
thank you for your answer, and the answer, the correct
I'm
answer is
I'm a
12 years a
star.
slave.
a star.
Nurse meat, you've done the full suite. 3-0. Good work now.
Wow, I couldn't have
If
done it
I'm
without
not
this
mistaken,
paralyzed legs and no soul
That's right.
and a lost cat.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's time for horse news.
Oh, God. We going to get into horse news now?
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a good tale about this.
Now, Gibby, bring
Yes.
me in with my jingle.
Oh, jingle jam, down the pan. Everybody come to the barber shop.
Horse news.
Woo.
Now, hot news off the horse track. Down there, Danny Granger over at old Man Granger's house got a new horse.
Boo!
Well, Old Man Granger is an interesting bird to me, just because we went to primary school together as little younglings, two little tykes in a potato sack race, shaking each other's hands.
Well, the gentleman's 55 years older than you. Gibby.
Well,
So I
that's
don't see
no
how that
reason.
quite works out on the timeline.
Well, I stayed back. I stayed back many years because a teacher said to me once, Gibby, it seems like you got a feather in your brain. So I tried to kiss her on the lips. And she said, well, that's very forward. And I said, well, ma'am, I'm not moving backward.
Never.
And that's right, but you've been warned once before. When it comes to horse news, stick to the horses. Now,
Yes,
what say
well,
you?
a horse.
Granger's new horse.
Well,
nay?
I don't like Old Man Granger because he smells. He smells different than me.
Sure, of course. Now, you don't like a different smeller on the nose.
I don't like a
You
different
gotta
smell.
have a preferred
I'm used
smell.
to my smell throughout the years, and a man named Granger smells very different from me, so I perceive him as the enemy. But that's not to say, when I did my time in New York town, I did smell many a different folk. Like my friend Greenberg smells different than you
we're
and
gonna
I,
move right
but
on.
he's
Granger's
still a
Horse. Nerd
person.
Sneak. Granger's Horse.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, let me tell you a story about a little Granger, and I'll tell you about his horse. Now, as last night I was riding around in the water, I said to myself, now, what kind of horse am I going to ride if Matthew McConaughey has to pass? So I look around and I look at Granger. Granger says he's got 2 horses. He's got one up for sale, one named Ryan Gosling, and the other one named John Travolta. I said, I'm not going to purchase none of these horses, but I said, why don't you keep them? I'll give you some money just to support that. And he said he'll do it. So he keep the horses, and I keep my horse, and everything is square.
That
That's right,
sounds
that's
like a deal to me.
Now, so that's segment 1 in horse news. Segment 2, old Ernie one leg,
Yes.
fellow over there with the 3 legs, up north of Cutler County. He in horse news. He writes into horse news. He's traded. Now he's got that fine spotted Palomino. I believe you've seen that one before.
The fine spot of Palomino.
Next to the riverbank.
Yeah, now he traded that fine spotted Palomino. He had young horse, 4 years old. Traded that Palomino up there for 2 ponies. Got back in return a stallion, a stud. They threw in a cow. He gave him back a goat. Come up around the other way. They're giving him a mule. So he sends a mule over Tanner McCartney's ranch there, gets a mule done up, then put some new shoes on the mule. Mule comes back to him. He trades that for one of them wild Indian ponies, them little rascals out on the range. Gets that in, has that out, has the old balls snip, cut, tuck on that, sends that out over there. Gets that all bridled up, puts a saddle on it, trades that in for about 2 barrels of wheat, takes that back, gives it to old man Tucker.
I got a question for you. I think you got a little bit of what they call opium in you going right now.
No, this is just a complicated deal. Just a complicated deal. And that's what you're going to get with horse news.
It's a bunch of complicated
A
news.
complicated cobweb
Yeah, a
of
horse
a
trading.
time.
Yeah, they don't call it horse trading for nothing. They trade horses. Now, back long story short, he takes in that. Funny thing is, once he get back in the end, he had the same damn Palomino he started with.
Well, now you're cooking with grits.
Can I tell you a little story? Now, this is a story from a long time ago. I used to run a horse sales place where we would sell the horses to all the young children, to all the adult children, and all the children really in general. Now, I said that when I said at the head nun comes up to me. She run to the school, for the orphans, and she said, "We got to get these children. We got to get these children out to the west." And I said, "All right, well, let me give you a little something. I'm gonna give you my most powerful horse. I'm gonna give you a horse with the strength of 100 horses.
100 horsepower in one horse.
Now I give this woman a horse. I call her a woman, but she was really a nun. Now she take that horse. Now they ride all the children out to the west, and they run into some Banshee folks. Some natives of the sorts. Some Chimichee men.
Yeah, Chimichee.
Now the head of them. The head of that company, he come up and he punched that horse right in the face.
Oh, not this horse.
Now, you know that you never punch a gift horse in the mouth. And you know why they say that? Because that nun was carrying a gun and she done killed 10 Native Americans.
Whoa, boy. Whoa, boy.
And that's where that saying comes
And that is where that saying comes from.
That's interesting.
And that is some old horse news,
Now that's horse news.
but it is some
That's
nose.
horse news. That's notable. Indeed, I'll tell you why it's horse news. It's notable and it's horse related. And that tells me, well, that's horse news.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't know how you guys feel about the Lonestar cast. Now, I think this is either going to be the biggest hit in the West. Final answer.
I think it's pretty good.
Nope. We are here. We had a little technical difficulties. I saw a little something I had to take care of.
Who let that son of a bitch into the studio?
Not me. You know it wasn't me. But we are back live in uncut on the Lone Star podcast.
The rules are out the window on this one.
Oh, they are rules is out. Now, let me ask you now. You got some news and ribs, and then we're going to have to cut it out quick.
Well,
God
that's
knows
a
this is
good
gonna not
thing
go
you
with.
You asked Gibby You ask Gibby a question. Gibby provided an answer. What was your question?
The question is, give us your segment, which is rib news.
Yes. News in the fine, succulent, dry-mouthed, bloody world of ribs. Now, as you all know, there are certain types of people who are not allowed to eat ribs or pork products of any sort.
No. You said we're going to talk about the rib.
Yes, we are. But masked behind this rib segment
Can I tell
is
you?
an idolatry about the Jewish people.
Gibby, let me save you from this. Let me save you from this real quick anecdote, real quick. Now, I was up in the Brooklyn, New York one time.
Well, yes, sir.
I was up in the big city. And I tell you, I ran into what I like to call a hook nose.